everyone, welcome back to our B Corp vlog. This past week, we haven't really done a huge amount on the actual certification process because we are still at that evaluation queue, but we've been getting through those evaluation queue tasks, and namely, the one that I want to focus on specifically today is the B Lab legal requirement. So you have to put this legal requirement in place in your Articles of Association, and that might sound a bit daunting, but the legal requirement is actually really, really great, and we'll go through it specifically in this vlog, but I want to take you through our process a little bit to show you how this all works. First things first, let's talk about what the legal requirement actually is. So the legal requirement is focused on stakeholder governance. This means that certified B Corps are legally required to consider the impact of their decisions on all of their stakeholders. So these stakeholders can include your team members, the communities in which you operate, your suppliers, the environment itself. So we don't want to just be considering shareholders. We want to be considering all of the stakeholders. The reason this is a legal requirement is that you're able to put it into your Articles of Association, and let's say you sell your company or leadership changes, stakeholder governance will be embedded into the DNA of your business. It sounds daunting, it sounds overwhelming to make these legal changes, but I promise you it really is for the better. And we'll take a look at the actual legal requirement itself, but as an organization that's looking at B Corp, that is looking to become more positive for the environment and society, this is a great tool for you, and the text itself should really align with your values. So let's take a look at that now. I want to start off by just quickly showing you how to get to the legal requirement, and then we'll talk about the legal text itself. So I actually have the link saved in the notes of our action section on the ENSO platform. You can see it right here, but you can also find it if you Google B Corp legal requirement. But I'm just going to click on it through here. And what you'll get to is the overview of the legal requirement. You can learn a little bit about why it matters, as we just previously discussed. And then they have a great tool that helps you see what the legal requirement is for your country. So we're going to type in Ireland. And then you have to say your corporate structure. So we're a private company with no object clause. View requirements. All right, and then the tool does all the work for you. It shows you what companies in Ireland have to add when inserting the legal requirement into their Articles of Association. So this text here in italics is the B Corp legal requirement for Ireland. We do recommend talk to a solicitor when you are making these changes, just to make sure you do them in line with best practices and regulations, but it's pretty easy just to drop this into the Articles of Association once you've gotten approval from the required shareholders and members of your organization. So the text itself, I'm not going to read through all of it. We can add the link in the description of this video if you want to check it out. But basically, as you're seeing here, one of my favorite parts of this is that the interests of the company shall include the creation of a material positive impact on society and the environment taken as a whole. And then we're kind of looking at which stakeholder groups that we are going to consider in every decision we make. So we have the members of the company, the employees of the company, the customers and suppliers, community and societal factors, and then the impacts on the local and global environment, and then finally the short-term and long-term interests of the company. This lens through which to do business is just so positive for so many ways. We're looking at growth of you as a company, positive impacts for your employees and team members, which will increase loyalty and will help you with recruitment. And then we're looking at society and the wider environment. We're really taking a holistic view of our stakeholders and our impact as a company. And I really think this is a really great way to guide you and to guide how you grow as a business. I know the team at ENSO are really excited to embed this stakeholder governance into our everyday operations, regardless of the outcome of our B Corp certification journey. A requirement is just that, a requirement for B Corp certification. You do also get points for putting it in place, and it is considered one of those impact business models that we've discussed in previous vlogs. Just by having it in place, you get a baseline 10 points. If you are in a jurisdiction where there isn't a legal requirement, so if you type in your country and it comes up that there is no legal requirement yet, you will still have to sign the B Corp agreement, and there are some different things and options that you have if there's not a specific B Corp legal amendment that you can add. Different point values will be given for each of those actions, but they will all be considered within this mission-locked impact business model. So that's a big help in getting you over the line of those 80 points. And the stakeholder engagement model of kind of your governance will help you gain points in other places or identify areas for improvement as you are moving through your personal business journey and your B Corp journey. The last thing I want to take you through is when you are required to put in place the B Corp legal amendment. So you can submit your B Impact assessment without the amendment being in place. We did that, but because we are a micro enterprise and are following that pathway on the B Impact assessment, we are required to have it in place before moving out of the evaluation queue. So that's why I'm talking about it today, because it's a big piece of what we're working on, just tying up those loose ends, getting it 100% officially in place. And we will keep you updated on that. We'll let you know when that change is made. But for example, if you are in a different kind of bracket, you might have a little bit more time to get that done because you might have more shareholders to talk to. You might have to do more voting to adopt it into the Articles of Association. There's a lot of different considerations as your company gets bigger with that. So just be really conscious of when you need to put it in place. No matter what track you're on, kind of the sooner the better, in my opinion, with getting that done, because then it is legally on paper and you can start really getting everyone involved in making stakeholder governance the way your business is run. Thank you so much for joining us for this latest vlog, and we will continue to keep you updated. I've got some exciting topics that I want to take you through moving through this entire process, and thank you for watching.